take over the Chinese government. The Gang of Four were eventually, I think, all convicted. For the head of the Charles, and to make the team. Otherwise, it's just another urn.
That last 10K being 40%, someone can shoot way up, or you know, guys that have been, there'll be guys that aren't very good at the stadiums or the pairs, or the big guys that have just been hanging down around maybe like 18th place or 19th place, but you know that they're gonna just shoot right up after the last 10K.
Shake out is the people who are right now positioned top 6 on points are probably going to make the Charles if they perform within the top 12 to 16 spots on this test. However, the spots 7 through 12 are pretty much up for grabs and in flux here. You know, it's going to depend on how that middle group of guys, the points right now, performs. So it's anybody's game kind of right now.
You're gonna go, Nick! Yeah! 139 time! You can do it! 139!
It's 35 minutes if you're slow, 33 minutes if you're fast. So it's tough even if you're really good.
The Charles type of race is only fun because it's the Charles. If you had just did it on some no-name course that was empty, and who cares? I'm just rowing. I might as well be on the erg. But the fact that the people are there and it's screaming and yelling and cheering, that's what makes it exciting.
Glad you know how to do this. Learn from the best.
I was really not prepared. I just like showed up after class.
bad for Stino.
What happened to him?
He got taken down by Nick Montalva.
No way.
Yeah.
1 point.
Told him every second was going to count.
If there's any city in the U.S. that's like a rowing town, it's Boston. And like the Charles is a very singular event, and that it's like, it is like the biggest rowing event you'll probably ever be at. So in that respect, I guess it is like more about the whole experience than even the actual race itself. Like obviously the race is the most important part, but like you get there and there's just thousands of people and like boats from every country in the world.
All right, so we'll offer Stino if he wants to go as a spare.
Yeah.
Because he deserves it. And does it really change much? It doesn't, does it? We can always get a flight for him.
I think we have 2 extra seats right now.
Oh, okay.
If there's like a race to be at as a spectator, it's Head of the Charles, just given like all the people that show up to Head of the Charles in Boston who wouldn't show up to spring races. There's like a crowd there you don't see in rowing normally, so that's what makes it kind of one of the most fun races to be at.
Drop it. Go. That's it. No moss. No moss. No moss. Go. Blade. And go. Go.
Everyone's lineups are untested and no one knows what's going to happen, so you just got to go for it.
Alright, we'll start off same thing. Stern pair. Legs only, outside arm only. Square. One at a time, guys. One at a time. Sit body over right now. Sit body over. One at a time, guys. Arm behind your back. Do a stretch out here, Tim. A little bit more. Reaching, reaching, reaching. You want to feel in your hamstrings. Right now, body angles are like this, Tim. Look at me. Yeah, just get a little bit more. There you go. And as you come forward with the shoulders, hands will stay level. Just about an inch off. Go. Wait, squeeze. Tap it. Go. Go. Go.
Okay, we're good.
Ready, we're good.
All good.
Shoulders ready, up. Walk it on.
Okay, I want you guys to weigh enough after this.
Alright, wait up.
North Carolina, you guys are gonna go after Wisco, okay?
I think for Wisconsin, having the boat selected off 80% not rowing and doing well, if we don't do well, then who cares? But when we do well, I think it says that it's more of just a product of how competitive we are. So you have just guys that have already gone through a system of a competition, and so they're sort of battle tested to show up, rather than you just stick 8 guys in a boat and you're like, you guys are the boat, we're just going to practice and go row. It's a different mentality, I think. So when you do that and you do well, you're like, oh, these guys have already been through a lot just to make this boat.
being finished. But the whole point is you wanted the gun, see how much speed you had. You didn't. You were still 2.5 beats lower than Washington. They were 38. I don't think they ever dropped below it. Those are the men you're racing, so know that that's what your objective is at all times. That felt like on the edge of control, right? I mean, you basically went over the edge by the end. That's fine. What are you going to do? Why did you come wide there in that last turn? Because I couldn't see where I was.
We had to yield to Brown.
Yeah, that probably cost 2 or 3 spots. Because you were on top of Princeton.
Yeah, I know.
You might see them beating you because of that last bit. I mean, you had closed on them. You were only...
I told them to yield.
How far ahead were they when you started?
Princeton? Princeton was maybe...
No,
Princeton was maybe 15 seconds.
Well, you closed on Princeton.
Yeah.
We got yelled at for holding it at the very beginning, and Brown started right when we did.
Well, you guys did well. Problem is no results for anybody anywhere. It's totally frozen up. No one knows anything. That's why rowing is a joke, basically. Seriously. 15 years ago, by the time I got to the finish, I had all the results. Guys were texting me within 15 years ago. It's a good thing to know that technology's moving. Anything else from you? That's
I think we just need to do what you said, finish.
Yeah, and that comes from that intensity. It's not like we went out and rode 3 miles with 30. But you got to be ready next week. Just slightly shorter, still a fast race. You can row at least that high. Again, I thought it looked excellent in the first couple miles.
First mile and a half.
It's only at the very end. I missed part of it. And by the end, I could, yeah, there's Shay. Sorry.
That was our first long, hard piece of the season. We kept it pretty high through the first 1.5, 2 miles, just to see how hard we can go. Towards the end, it got a little slappy. Brown walked up on us a little bit, and towards the end, we just kind of had to just go to the line as whatever way we could. But we finished pretty strong. It was a good effort. Everybody just wanted to see where our limits were, and we definitely pushed them. We saw where we wanted to be, and now we know where we need to be for next weekend.
It was one of the better races I've had in Wisconsin, but
the last mile or so was just real rough.
Yeah. That was like revert back to the norm.
Yeah.
But the first mile was cash.
Yeah, we were moving real well in the first mile and a half.
Good. Thanks,
I don't know. Could have been better. Could have got more so.
The results of the head of the Charles, they do mean something. Maybe not directly, oh, these guys are going to win IRA if they win the head of the Charles, but I think it's more indicative of just your raw speed. BU or Brown sometimes will race even boats. It's like BU races on the river all the time. It's not a huge deal for them, as opposed to someone like us, where it's a big deal to go over to the head of the Charles. It's their most important race in the fall. But I don't think they're not mailing the IRA gold medals to the winners of the head of the Charles.
Our coach talks about it. He'll say, "What have you done for me recently?" And I think that just resonates well with all of our racing, because every single day is your most recent performance, and all that matters is performing better the next day. Because if you dwell on past races, or you dwell a little bit too much in the future and give yourself time to think that, I'll have time to get ready next week, you're not going to be as good next week as if you had started getting better today.
And Coach Clark always has said something about how it correlates to however many seconds you finish back at the head of the Charles from first place is a correlation to how many seconds you'll finish back at IRA. So I think there is a relationship.